Chapter 17. Draco's POV. It's been a week since the whole incident and Jude hasn't stopped being her usual desperate self. Jude. Draco, I can't sleep. Can you come over? Jude. Draco, what are you up to? Jude. I'm sorry. He's nothing. Jude, pick up your phone. Jude. You can't ignore me forever. Jude. You think that high school can give you what I could? Jude. Draco. Baby, please call me back. She sent me numerous voice notes with her crying, and of course with the I can be better phrases, but I was over it. I had my eyes set on someone else and it's been there for a long time. I was never in love with Jude. I was with her to keep her from taking her life. Now that I'm free, Kehlani is the girl I have all eyes for, even as she doesn't know it yet. Tell you what would taste better if I had like French fries, and I dipped it into the ice cream. She grins at me and I blink. You and my mom will be such great friends. Also, I've lost my appetite. She burst into that cute laugh of hers and a smile creeps on my face too as I stare at her. We sat on a park bench, her legs crossed under her as she licks her coconut ice cream, and me. My strawberry ice cream. Is everything still rocky at home? I ask her and she shrugs. I'm sorta talking to Kylan. And your dad? I question and she scoffs. He's suddenly in the office more. Hasn't even made a move to apologize, but that's okay. I'm doing fine anyway. Hey, that rhymed. Her eyes widen. It did. She squeaks and I can't help but chuckle. She turns to look at me. A huge grin on her face and I raise an eyebrow. Draco, don't you understand what this means? I blink, stopping with my lips planted at the top of my ice cream. I could be a poet. I give her a flat face. Kehlani, one line isn't I can see it now. I'll be the greatest writer that could be. Keha. Draco, tell me you can see. I can't see it. I interrupt and she playfully glares at me. Then you must be blind, she retorts and I snort. Whatever you say, beautiful. She blushes but hides it as she babbles on about how mermaids really do exist. I could listen to this girl all day. A tilde, A tilde, A tilde. Kehlani's POV. When I got home, I gave Draco a small wave, padding up the stairs. It was just a little after 7, so it wasn't a surprise that the light in the kitchen was on. What was a surprise was her sister and her dad, sitting happily at the dinner table, laughing it up. She decided to just walk past when he cleared his throat. Perhaps you forgot your manners, Kehlani? Good night, father. I kept on walking. Get back down here and show me respect. My eyes widen as I noticed his tone. I slowly walk back down and stare at him. Have you been taking your meds? I question and he scoffs. Dad, you need to. Who are you to tell me what to do? He bangs his hand on the table and even Kylan jumps. You've always thought you were the leader in this family. What? Because I am a little sick. Well, I say no. I was doing fine without those meds, but you wanted me weak. Are you listening to Urasela? I am the head of this household. He yells and I growl. Then act like it and take your meds. He stands so quickly that I barely see as he raises his hand and slaps me across my fave. Dad, no. Kylan yells and I smile as I return my gaze to him, even as my cheek burned from impact. A man who raises his hand on a woman, his daughter. I chuckle, moving my mouth to his lips. Is weak, and you're so weak you can't even drink your meds because you're afraid. But, no matter what you do, Dad, it will never triumph the pain I felt when I found out I was disowned by my mother before she could properly look at me. So hurt me all you want. I have nothing to live for. Chapter 18. Kehlani's POV. Karania. Don't freaking tell me anything, Kylan. All you ever do is defend him and I'm sick of it. I glare at her. You've always been the suck-up, the one he loves. Well, I'm done painting the portrait of a perfect family. If any of your clients come to our house, I am going to display my true colors, and we'll see how bad I can get. He was practically burning, but I was done. Stomping up the stairs, I was too angry to cry. I just plopped on my bed and ripped out a box I kept under it. I lock the door, going into the bathroom and locking it also. I take out the blades, disinfect them, pull out a plastic cup from the cupboards and 2 bottles of pills. Filling the cup with water, I sit on the floor. I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew is that I was going to sleep. I honestly don't know for how long. A tilde, a tilde, a tilde. My head felt like it was splitting in two. I stood abruptly, too quickly because I fall into the bathtub. Everything hurts so much that I don't even realize as I start sobbing. I slowly get out of the bathtub, only to crouch over again and vomit all over the floor. There was blood, spilled pills, water and of course bile. It smelled and looked so bad that I turned away, gripping the lip of the counter as I sobbed loudly. I was afraid to look at myself in the mirror, afraid to see the real problem. I lean my head onto my hands, my chest constricted with pain. Kehlani? I freeze. Hearing my sister's voice, I close my eyes shut. Go away, I croak. I am going to school. Are you coming? Kehlani, leave me alone. Can we talk later? I stay quiet. Maybe then she'd leave. True enough, I hear a sigh as she leaves. I wait another 30 seconds to calm my breathing and for everything to be clear before I get out to clean up everything. My family has always been this way. For a period we'd act like we're strong, like we're all together. That's when he took his meds, an antidepressant that not only controls his thinking, but his mouth too. But then he'd stop taking it and it'll be World War and I can't do it. They keep treating me like an outcast, like I can't understand anything, but I'm done. He doesn't understand that he's not the only one she left, even as I was just a baby. Learning that she left, I take a shower, having no appetite to eat and crawl into bed. I shut my eyes, asking the big man above for a little guidance because at this point I didn't know where my life was going. A tilde, a tilde, a tilde. There was a knock on my bedroom door, so I ignored it. I was in no mood for neither of them. My body felt like crap. Kehlani? My eyes popped open, going wide immediately as I flew off the bed. Draco. I pulled the door open, pulling him in quickly and locking the door. What are you doing here? Well, Kehlani told me you didn't come to school today, so I thought I'd stop by. Who let you in? No one's home. I raise an eyebrow. Well, he scratches his head. I use the kitchen window. I stare at him like he's grown a second head before laughing. You are so crazy. I scoff, plopping back onto my bed. He sits next to me, and it reminds me of the day we found out about Jude. So why aren't we at school? I'm sick. It wasn't a complete lie. I was sick of my dad's crap. Really? What's wrong? He taunts, tilting his head, causing his curls to fall to the side, and I roll my eyes. Fine, you got me. We got into another fight. He looks at me, like really looks at me, and I avert my eyes quickly knowing they were red, and he grabs my chin. Kehlani. Stop. I try to look away but his grip got tighter. What did you take? He asks, his face stern, and I scoff. I don't know what you're a bull. Tell me what you've been drinking, Kehlani. I push his hands away and he grabs them,